Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. This video is very, very important, and I hope people learn from it because I am sure some people do this kind of mistake, right? So it's about couple, interracial couple, Asian American and African American young lady. They are in a relationship and they broke up. So they got couple account, and the account, the girl does not have access to it, just and the monetization, just the guy, right? So they broke up in March. They are in no contact, ain't talking to one another, and all of a sudden the guy started posting videos of them in the same account. So people got curious and started calling the girl. They wanted to know what is going on and all that. So only for the girl to actually say that she feel exploited and all that the guy is going to make some money out of this and she doesn't have any access to it, and the rest of it. People started calling the young man out, and then I think he eventually gave the girl some money, according to him, from the money they made out of it. And I think this is very horrible. Some people are really very mean because they know that they are going to make something, especially things that got to do with money. People really have to be very careful, especially when it comes to their partner. And I'm going to say this: women should really be very careful, especially when it comes to business. When they are in love and they got business, you really, really need to be very careful, because sometimes when we are in love, we are not able to process some certain things right, because there are some things in relationship that should not be taken for granted. Let's get into this video.
This situation is the reason why you will never catch me making a couples page unless we're married. So to back things up a little bit, this is Zab. His face may look familiar because I did a video on him a few months ago at the time when he was going viral for living with his germophobic, narcissistic mother. In addition to his main account, he also had a couples account that he featured his girlfriend Muna on, and they were posting pretty regularly up until the end of February. That was until this video was posted a few days ago, and nobody thought much of it until Muna stitched the video and not only revealed that her and Zab had been broken up since March 2nd, but that they haven't spoken to each other since March 3rd, and yet he's uploading a video like they're still together. The part that really made me mad was learning that even though it was a couples channel, Zab didn't pay her a fair cut of the earnings for this reason.
During our relationship, when he would make money from that account, he told me like, oh, like, I'm taking on dates, like, I'm spending it on you, like, I'm spending even more on you than that account makes, so I don't need to give you the money from the account because I spend it on you already.
That right there is a bullshit excuse. It sounds like he was trying to cheap out on paying her, and regardless of how much money they made or didn't make on that account, the profit should have been split down the middle. And to add insult to injury, that last video that he uploaded was recorded a few days before they broke up. And then to go over 2 months without speaking to your ex-girlfriend just to upload an old video to make money off of it is just nasty work. Now, a lot of people were rightfully pissed off at Zab after Muna posted that video and demanded that she be given her money. He has since met up with Muna to discuss all of this and apologize.
I also gave her over half of the earnings from the couple account, and she told me to just not post any further videos after that video on the couple account. We then continued to catch up, and we had a good time. Yeah, she's still the great person I remember. So she deserved that apology from me.
While I'm glad that Muna got the money she deserved, I'm just annoyed that she had to go through all of this, especially since he was the one that broke up with her and made it known that she was the problem and asked to go no contact, just to upload this video like they're still together. Did he think Muna or her friends wouldn't see it? Some are theorizing that Zab did that so Muna would have a reason to reach back out to him and need him again, but I'm gonna leave y'all to be the judge of that.
Okay, you guys remember this guy who posted about his narcissistic mom? He also had a TikTok account with his girlfriend. There was no post since February until yesterday. This video was posted, seems normal, seems fine. But today, Muna made this video on her own TikTok account where she said that they've been broken up since March. They've also been no contact. And even though this is clearly a couple's account where both of them are involved in the content, he never shared the account details with her or gave her any of the money that was made through the creator fund. She said part of his reasoning was that the money he was making from the account he would spend on her for dates. But now clearly that doesn't make any sense since he just posted a video and they're not together anymore and haven't been together for months. He's now getting called out in his comment section on the video and on videos on his own page. And if all of this is true, he deserves to get called out. I feel like it's already wrong that he didn't split any of the money that they made while they were still together making content. Now, to be fair, we don't know if this is true. He has not come out to say anything about it yet. But if it is true... To be honest, I already didn't like the videos that he was making where he would record him having an argument with his mom. I understand the argument that you want to spread awareness, but monetizing over arguments with your parents cannot be healthy. The larger the fight equals more views, more clicks, more money. How do you know you are truly doing your best to stay level-headed in an argument and handle it the best you can? And you know that any bit of escalating it can also benefit you monetarily. It's just such a slippery slope. What do you guys think?
I just saw Muna's video in regard to her ex-boyfriend, who happens to be this creator. He made a TikTok account of their relationship, and apparently she had no access to this account whatsoever. So he essentially monetized off of their relationship and their content. And if you don't know who this creator is, he makes videos in regard to his narcissistic mom and dealing with someone who has severe OCD as well. He needs to give Muna some of that money, because you would not have some of that content on that Zab and Muna page if it wasn't for Muna. So you need to go back and you need to run her check now. Secondly, I have seen this creator's video on my For You page. I didn't follow him, but I have seen his videos on my For You page. And at first, I really sympathized with him, because I know what it's like firsthand to deal with a parent like that or a family member like that. And it's just so exhausting and mentally draining. So I completely understand where this creator is coming from, and I'm glad that he's raising awareness about that. But at the same time, I also know that he monetizes off of having these arguments with his mom and them going back and forth as well. And honestly, that cannot be healthy for both of their relationship, especially him monetizing off of the fact that he continuously gets into arguments with his mom and puts it on the internet. And I'm not saying that he can't post that content, because he is raising awareness, and it makes people feel heard because they've also are experiencing the same thing. But at the same time, it's not healthy. It's a very toxic environment for both him and his mom. And I don't see anything progressing in a positive way for both of their relationship. And honestly, I just think it's really fucked up that you guys have been broken up for a while and you are you posted that video knowing that you guys are not together, so that way you can monetize off of it. And basically, I hate to say this, but that's kind of a narcissistic move, because you wanted her to have a reaction. You wanted her to talk to you, and now it's kind of blowing up in your face, dude.
Okay. I don't really know how to go about this. And it's hard because I still care about him as a person. But this is very I can't let him just go on the internet and do what he's doing. He broke up with me on March 2nd. He and I have not spoken since March 3rd. Today is May 5th that I'm filming this. We have not spoken in 2 months and 3 days. It's May 6th, sorry. In fact, when he broke up with me, he told me that we should not speak to each other for couple weeks, couple months, and that we should process things on our own, process things away from each other, which is fine. Okay, he's allowed to date whoever he wants. He's allowed to, if he wants to break up with me, he can break up with me. That's okay. But when he broke up with me, he also did it in a way where he told me that the reason why he was breaking up with me is because he felt like we aren't compatible, and he kind of listed off character flaws that he saw with me, or I guess habit flaws, I don't know, that he felt like didn't align with him, and he told me like he doesn't think that we work, like all of these things. Like, I don't want to get into the details, but basically in my head he was breaking up with me because he thought that it was me who was the issue. So, which again, that's fine, but now it kind of feels weird because we have not spoken since March 3rd. It's May, and now he's uploading videos of us from February. So that video was taken February 27th, I believe. And that's already like only like 4 or 5 days before he broke up with me in the first place. So I guess I never expected him to post it, but I also never expected him to wait this long and then like pretend like nothing happened, without contacting me first at the very least, because he is completely in charge of that account. He always has been. I have never had the login information to that account. I've never had access to that account besides being on his phone sometimes when we were together. And so from that, with that context, I also don't have any access to the monetary gain from the creator fund on that account, which during our relationship, when he would make money from that account, he told me like, oh, like I'm taking you on dates, like I'm spending it on you, like I'm spending even more on you than that account makes, so I don't need to give you the money from the account because I spend it on you already. Which, if it's true or false, only he knows. But now is a little bit different because we aren't dating. He isn't taking me on dates, so all of the money that video is going to make is going straight to him without even contacting me. Which I really don't care about, like the money, like the monetary aspect of it is like whatever. He's making money, he can do what he wants with that money, but the fact that he has not spoken to me and is now just like completely disregarding the fact that he discarded our relationship is, I don't know. And so like I don't know how to go about this. I don't want people in our business, but at the same time it feels like now I have to speak up because I quite literally cannot even move on emotionally or like in general if the fire is ignited under an account that thinks that we're together. Like, there have been people for months in my DMs, in my comments, and I saw them all, but I chose not to respond because they were asking, are you and Xavier still together? Are you and him good? Like, why haven't you posted? Da, 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 da. I chose to ignore those for a reason, because I thought that we would wait until things died down on the internet, like until people weren't looking for us, and then like we could just dust hands of the whole situation and like not have to answer for why we broke up, what happened, what went wrong, etc., etc. But now that he's uploaded this video, people think we're still together, and so now if and when he ever tells you guys that we broke up, we're gonna have to respond for it because it's like out of the blue versus a gradual, like, oh, we saw them stop posting content, like we kind of know what's up. So like emotionally, that's something that I didn't want to have to go through, and I don't know what's going through his head right now because like I said, we haven't spoken in 2 months, but it's just like, what do I do about this? Like, where do I go from here, type of thing. But okay, yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.
This is my face because I'm so surprised at all of this. Literally, I was calling his behavior out for the longest time, like ever since his most viral TikTok about his mother with OCD. blew up and I saw my For You page, I commented on it and I actually got some backlash. I basically said how he had such a victimizing demeanor to him, and it doesn't take a lot to just notice someone's energy through the screen, but his energy, like, it was just very victimizing. And so I've noticed with a lot of, especially Asian first generation immigrant families, his household experience is very shared, which is, it's sad, don't get me wrong, like, it's, you know, it's nothing to be normalized, it's very sad. You know, it's sad how we're brought up and stuff, but just how he goes about to spreading awareness for this, like, I think it's called reactive abuse, where of course no one online knows what goes on in his house apart from him and his family. And so for him to capture just the part where his mom gets triggered the most and starts you know, screaming and being abusive and all that stuff, it puts her in a very bad spotlight, and he knows this. That's why he's posting it, and that's why it's his whole brand. Like, putting all of his monetization aside, all the money he gets, all the clout he gets, all the donations that he gets, which, why is he getting donations? I don't know. Anyways, just putting all that aside, why would you put your family matters on the internet? Like, what good are you doing apart from people sympathizing with you? So yeah, that's that's why I'm not surprised. Like, it's sad that his girlfriend has to deal with this, obviously, but that's why I'm not surprised that, you know, he puts his mom in such a bad lighting. Like, it's not surprise. Sucks has joined me. But yeah, that's why I'm not surprised that if he can do just really fucked up shit to his mum, anyone can fall victim, even his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend.
And because the situation is a lot more complicated than it is, at least.
Nah, it's actually not that complicated. Matter of fact, I'm about to uncomplicate it. Let me get this straight. You broke up with her and made it seem like she was the problem. Then about 3 months after the breakup, you're still using her for content, an interracial dating TikTok page for content, and you're making money off said content, just like you're making money for making content off your mom. It's very clear that you don't see your mom as human, and you don't see your ex-girlfriend Muna as human. Like, bro, you have a really disturbing behavior and fixation when it comes to recording people without their permission, or posting videos of people without their permission and getting monetary gain off of it. I want to say you are so obsessed with being a content creator and an influencer or whatever that you are literally exploiting your family and your ex-girlfriend. Keep your update, and I hope that Muna sues your ass for all you're worth.
So this is all I got from this, and it's really sad that people can go any length to do some certain things, you know. Number one is that, you know, sometimes you really have to be very smart, especially when you are in a relationship, because sometimes people use that opportunity to exploit the other partner and all that, right? So what that Asian boy literally was saying, he exploited Muna. How can you not be in talking terms with somebody for almost 2 months and you decided to put up the video, your videos, and the videos just that she doesn't even have access to the account and the monetization? That is where people always make mistakes, you know. Sometimes when you are in a relationship, you really, your heart, your eyes, and everything really need to be very wide open, because sometimes when you lose your five senses, your organs, right, anything can go wrong immediately. So I really do not blame the young lady. She was just in love and she probably trusts the young man. And so let's go with the flow, because I don't see how the man created an account for both of you and he's the only one in charge of the, the monetization and the, that got access to it. It just should be both parties, and peradventure money starts coming, share the money equally. That he was taking you on debt with the money from that is not, it's more like starting a business, right? And when it's time for you to share the profit you make with your partner, your partner in business, you tell your partner that, oh, that thing I got for you yesterday, I got it from your money, from the money I made from the business. So you have taken part of your own business. Business doesn't work like that. I read business and I know what it I know what it takes to be in business. But then even without reading that, you still, as a human being, we know that some certain things are things you need to know or things you should get yourself into, especially when it got to do with money, because most times you cannot trust anybody, especially with money. Yeah. So coming from Muna's part, she is just that young lady in love and all that, going with all the flow. But the young man actually is on a mission because anybody that wants to record everything, monetize off everything, the conversation he has with his mother and all that, probably is up to something, right? And the money was coming. So now that they are no longer dating, they stopped talking since March, and he posted a video a few days back. And the video got a lot of views, millions of views, right? And then people started asking, what happened? Where is, And then Muna also came out to speak that she felt like she was exploited, or she's been exploited. Though the young man has said, I have shared the money with her equally. If people did not call you out, he shared the money equally because people got involved. And the girl also came out to speak. She spoke up about what happened, how they've not been that, they are no longer dating, and he said to put up their videos, and he made money out of it, and he wants to die it off. I love the fact that people stood up for her, and I hope she gets her money and block his out, because I personally feel like the young man is not good for her. Now I am going to say this for those that are still going to want to open up couple account with their partner. See, sometimes it is good to sign agreement. The agreement, it doesn't matter how it is, it probably could be in a paper, right? I am saying this out of experience and all that. Sign a paper, probably look for a lawyer that will stand in for you guys. Sign it if anybody breaks it and all that, because as soon as you start making money, anything might happen anytime, right? And I have seen people probably I remember one lady, I think she's Kenyan and the boyfriend is Asian. They built couple account on YouTube and it was making good money, right? And all of a sudden, one day the guy woke up and changed everything. The girl does not have access to it anymore. And she just did not want to go back and forth with the young man. He left the account for him. Account that house how many thousand subscribers. So he is losing. Of course, she lost. And the young man is still out there using the same account and making money off it. So we really can do better, because I know sometimes when women are in love, they just focus. See, as I am saying this, I am also speaking to myself, so that you really already need to be very, very careful. I know what I'm saying. When women are in love, sometimes, I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, we just really need to be very, very careful. See you all in my next video. Let me know what you all think. Bye for now.